Hey everybody, so today I'm here to do the Homemaker tag. I'm going to have all the questions and the ladies who had made this tag linked down below, but I'm just going to go ahead and get started because there are 20 questions. So the first question is, have you ever had anyone say anything negative to you about staying at home or working from home? And as far as staying at home, no, I actually had the opposite of that experience. I had so many people tell me how grateful and thankful I'll be in the future, how many good memories, and it just will be amazing to stay at home, and I totally agree with them about that. I really do. I'm gonna cherish these memories of being able to stay home. But as far as like working from home, I definitely have. I've had people say that what I do isn't a job and I don't work and like whatever, but I kind of understand at this point that not everybody sees YouTube as, a job, career, whatever it might be for that certain person, but doesn't make it any less of one. Number 2, what is your least favorite part of staying home or working from home? Well, I feel like I do both. Like I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 3 years. I have a 3-year-old daughter, Sophie. I have a 1.5-year-old daughter, Remy. And I feel like I'm also working at home because I do have my YouTube channel that I'm consistent about. I work hard on. So I feel like I'm doing both, or at least I try to. And as far as my favorite and least favorite part of being a work stay-at-home mom is my favorite part obviously being home with my kids. I've gotten to be here for all their firsts. I've been able to see them day in, day out grow up, and just being home with them all the time is something that I know I'm never going to regret, having all this time with them. And I'm really fortunate that I've had this opportunity to stay home with them, and it's just, I love seeing my kids every day. I just wouldn't want to do anything else. I love being at home with my kids. But as far as the least favorite part, I would say that's the fact that I actually do work from home. I feel guilty, I would say like 98% of the time that I'm working, because that 98% is the time that I'm working while the girls are up. And it's just, I feel a lot of guilt because I am home. I feel like I could very obviously choose not to work and I'd be here with my kids. And I just have a lot of guilt about that, and it makes it really hard. And it's taken me a long time to like force myself to work, because a lot of the time I would just not, which I don't regret at all. But it is very hard for me to pull myself away and to want to actually work almost all the time, but it is something that I have to do if I do want to work on YouTube. Number 3 is, what is your favorite and least favorite chore? My favorite is sweeping by far, and steam mopping. I just love that. I don't know what it is. I always have since I was a kid. And my least favorite would be laundry, just because it's never ending. You always have laundry to do, so it feels a little pointless at sometimes. So number 4 is, what time do you wake up and go to bed? I wake up between 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, and I go to bed between 1 to 2 a.m., if not maybe a little bit later. I'm not a huge sleeper. I don't need a whole lot of sleep. I feel just fine on the hours that I get. I don't know. I stay up pretty late and I wake up decently early, I would say. Number 5, do you put anything on in the background while you clean, work, cook? As far as working, no, because I am obviously editing, or I'm working on Dropbox links and stuff like that, so I try to just like focus so I can get it done as quickly as possible so I can go back to hanging out with the girls. But as far as cleaning and cooking, I typically I'll put on something on Netflix on my phone, or HBO, Hulu. I have all those on my phone, on my iPad, on my laptop. Or I will listen to some of my YouTube videos, or maybe like a podcast, but I typically do have something going on if I'm cleaning or cooking. And number 6, do you get dressed most days or stay in your PJs? I do get dressed, but my attire for a typical day is probably a lot of people's pajamas. I typically stick with the black leggings and an Old Navy t-shirt or a long sleeve shirt. Just pretty simple. I have like a couple sweatshirts or like hoodies or jackets that I might throw on over top of it, but pretty much for the most part, it's black leggings, an Old Navy top, my Apple Watch, and I feel like there's something else I typically wear. Oh, my Crocs, my lined Crocs. So, like I said, my everyday outfit probably looks like a lot of people's pajamas. Number 7, how often do you do your hair and makeup? I would say not super often. Obviously, I do it if I'm filming, but opposed to the one day a week that I film, I would say I might do my makeup one, maybe 2 times at max other days of the week. And that's typically like if we're going somewhere or something like that. But every now and then I'll just do my makeup, even if we are going to be staying at home, you know, no big deal, just whatever. But I definitely don't do my makeup nearly as much as what I did before kids. But I've talked about that before. It's not really that like a time thing or anything like that, which is, I mean, it is true, you know, it does take time to do your makeup, but for me, it's just I've gotten more comfortable in my skin as a mom. Like, I just started not paying attention to putting my makeup on, and I started realizing that like I felt more confident in my skin and not wearing makeup. And I definitely do my hair even less. I just try to not put as much heat on it as possible. But number 8 is, what is your trouble zone or area in your home that needs the most help? I would say the bar over on the other side of our kitchen. It's just always a cluttered mess. That, and on top of our microwave, it is just the places that collect clutter. It's like the catch-all for everything. And I would say like once every couple to few weeks we clean it off, but then it just goes right back to being a complete mess. So it never really lasts long, even though I love the look of it being clean, along with obviously the rest of the house. But it is always messy. Typically when I start doing something, especially if it's cleaning, I just try to like focus and get it done. And if it's just like a regular kind of cleaning day where I have to do dishes, laundry, pick up certain stuff where it's just kind of casual and it's not like a focused activity, obviously, you know, my kids need things and, you know, I might stop and play with them and whatever. But like if I'm focused on like cleaning the bathroom or like putting away clothes, stuff like that, I'll just hurry up and I'll get it done. So it's not too big of a deal. And number 10, do you enjoy staying home or do you miss going to a job every day? No, I don't really miss it because I do get to enjoy the time that I'm home with my kids, like I've already said a few different times. The only thing I think I miss about a job, like a job outside of the home, is the adult interaction. You know, 90% of my day is filled with just being with my kids. Obviously, my husband does get home when I talk to him, but, you know, being out in the adult world in a job environment, you're around several adults and you get to most of the time talk to other people and stuff like that. But I do kind of miss that because I feel like I word vomit at my husband when he gets home because I haven't had anybody to talk to all day long, so I just like tell him every thought I've had for the past 10 hours. But no, I really don't ever have any intention of working outside of the home again. I do like being home. And number 11 is, what is your never-ending chore? That is laundry. Like I said, it doesn't matter because people are wearing clothes right now. You know, even as you're doing laundry, you might be caught up, but the second somebody takes off their clothes, you got laundry to do again. So laundry really is the never-ending chore. Number 12, what is your favorite way to relax or have me time? I normally do that late at night. Like I said, I stay up pretty late and I really try to either work or I'll watch a TV show that's just, you know, mine, or, you know, just do whatever on my phone, just kind of relax. But that's how I like to unwind, is to just relax and chill out and kind of take in the peacefulness and the quiet, because that is really nice. Number 13, how often does your husband or significant other chip in? I would say that most of the household chores are split 50-50 with us. You know, he does stuff like garbage, weed whacking, taking care of like roof, gutters, lawn, stuff like that, and or like the driveway, you know, garbage, all kinds of things like that. And there's even, you know, little things inside the home that he does. But I mostly take care of the inside of the home, you know, like laundry and dishes and whatever. But just like if he was sick and he wasn't able to mow the lawn or do something that really needed to be done, I would go out and I would do it. Just as like when I've been sick in the past, he's done laundry, he's done dishes, and, you know, we're not afraid to help each other. It's not like, even though we do have a tendency to do the same things as far as household chores go, we're not afraid to like help each other and step in and do what the other person typically does. And number 14, if you have kids, when do you find time to do chores? I typically do it when they're up and when they're just kind of chilling out here. Typically it's first thing in the morning because they want to play, they want to run after, you know, being asleep all night, and that's when they have the most energy. So I typically do that when they're playing, they're being nice with each other and stuff like that. But if it's a busy day, we have stuff to do, I mean, I'll just kind of do things when I can, which means I might have to wait until like dad gets home or something like that, because I do try to spend a typical amount with the kids before I either clean or whatever. So number 15, how do you balance being a homemaker and creating YouTube content? Like I mentioned, I do film once a week, so I film all my videos for the leading week and maybe even the week following. I film those all on one day, and then I edit throughout the week, and I typically edit after I get done cleaning. You know, I just try to do my best to balance things. It's taken a really long time, I'll say that. You know, back when I first started YouTube, I was no good at balancing everything. You know, things would really get behind, and it took me a long time. And really, you're just going to have to find your own footing if you're in that same position. It's going to take a while, a lot of trial and error. It's just, it kind of comes with experience. And then number 16, what is your favorite room in your home and why? I would say it's our living room. You know, this is where we sit to have our dinners, where the kids play, because it's also kind of their playroom, and it's where we sit and watch TV and do stuff as a family. It's just, I guess I shouldn't even call it a living room, it's our family room, and that really is what it is. And I love being out here. I love obviously being with my family. Number 17 is what we're on now. What is your least favorite room in your house and why? I would say it's probably our bedroom, but that's just because it doesn't look the way I want it to look. You know, we don't have a bedroom set. We have a nice dresser because we just bought a nice dresser, but we don't have a bed set or end tables or anything like that, and I would really just like to get that because I feel like it would make me feel so much better. But like it's the room that has like the least amount of decorations and like the least work put into it, I guess. So it doesn't feel super personal. I mean, granted, Mark and I never go in there unless we're sleeping, so it's not like we sit in there and just hang out and look at the walls, but it's just the room that has never gotten any attention. So I mean, like even my bathroom has like decorations and personal touches and stuff, and obviously the girls' room does, and the kitchen and the living room, but our room, I think it's just like always the last in the totem pole for stuff that it needs, so it never gets any real attention. And then number 18, do you feel your home reflects your personal style? Why or why not? To an extent. We've lived in rental homes so far, so I don't think we would really have a home that really expressed who we were until we bought a home and we could, you know, make things all our own, which, you know, our landlord's pretty amazing. You know, we could do things that we wanted to, but some stuff obviously you can't change to the house. But I feel like for the most part, this house does reflect my style, but there are certain things like, you know, these couches were handed down to us. So would I have picked these couches? Probably not, but I still like them, you know, and there's just certain things about the house that I probably personally would have made different, or I'd want to look different. But like I said, I don't think it'll totally reflect how we are unless we bought a home. And even then, just with our money, it's not always a focus to buy stuff for the house. And then number 19, what does your home smell like? Typically whatever's in my wax burner. My wax burner is my kitchen, so it makes the whole house smell like whatever's in there. So it really depends, but I do like the more like musky, almost cologne smelling stuff. I don't really know how to describe my taste in smells, but I love like flannel from Bath and Body Works, or mahogany teak wood, stuff like that. Those are the kind of scents that I like. I'm not like fresh or fruity or floral or any kind of things like that. Number 20, the last one, is what is your strong point and weak point when it comes to homemaking? And I would say that they're both the same thing. My strong point, and as well as my weak point, is that I'm flexible. And what I mean is that I do have other things going on in my life. Like I said, I'm enrolled in courses. I have obviously YouTube. I have a family. I have a husband. I have children. You know, like I have a lot of stuff to do. So I am flexible and I don't let myself feel burnout when it comes to like taking care of the house, because I do like let things go to an extent. I'm pretty relaxed. You know, I might slack on laundry to get this done. I might slack on dishes to get this done. Or on the days that I do clean a whole bunch, I might slack on work or school or something like that. I always try to make sure that I'm putting my family first, but I feel like I am pretty relaxed, and that makes me feel not burn out. So I don't ever like get completely behind and stuff anymore. Like I said, like we used to have like laundry like so piled up, like we were scrounging for clean clothes or scrounging for clean dishes, just because I would get so behind and stuff. But I don't really do that anymore. Like I kind of every day kind of keep up on it, and I would say that's also kind of my weak point as well, though, because I am flexible, because I am willing to slack on things. My house doesn't look perfect. It doesn't always look like extraordinary. You know, there might be dishes in the sink, there might be a little bit of laundry in my laundry room, but I mean, I don't really, if you're technically speaking, you know, I think that might be a weak point, but personally it doesn't bother me. So it took me a long time to like find that balance of like slacking and giving a little but not too much, you know. So it's like a nice balance that I've kept, but I would definitely say it's like my strong and my weak point. But those are all the questions for the homemaker tag. If you make a video, let me know down in the comments. I will definitely check it out. But I hope you guys enjoy the video, and as always, thanks for watching.